Ready, hunt!
A shocking development in Oklahoma's bid for a national championship. The Sooners lose at home to Texas Tech. I'm Barry Tramel, along with OU beat writer Mike Baldwin. Sooners fall to Texas Tech 41-38, ends the 39-game winning streak at home. Bob Stoops 75-2 at home before tonight, but Texas Tech won this game because it was the better team.
They got 570-some yards, 17 plays of 10 or more yards. It wasn't just a couple big plays. All night long they were gashing with some runs, some long passes. It got so bad that they had to move Aaron Colvin from safety to corner to get Gabe Lynn out of the game. Offense, they deserve as much blame as well. Guess what? They had 7 3-and-outs if you count Broyles' fumble as a 2-and-out being one of those. So they constantly were putting the defense back on the field. And special teams, oh, by the way, you want to talk kickers? He misses 2 tonight, and that's a big difference late in the game, especially when they're trying to rally from an unfathomable deficit. So you can blame every part of the game, Barry.
Well, it was a disaster from the start. Sooners at 7-7 through one quarter. Michael Honeycutt misses a field goal from 39 yards on the first play of the second quarter. And then Tech dominated a quarter like few teams have ever done against Bob Stoops. 17-0 the rest of the quarter. Big deficit in total yards for the Sooners that quarter. 24-7 at halftime. And then Tech comes out and adds another touchdown in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Sooners were uphill the rest of the night.
Yeah, and what reminds me a little bit, as I wrote a little bit in the Sunday paper, was remember it's a different kind of game. 16-13 Bedlam a decade ago was different, but it was a 28-point underdog again. Ruined national title hopes. I mean, this probably knocks them out of the race. They have a teeny hope if a bunch of teams lose, but their chances go way, way down. After the game, they're just flabbergasted. They have no explanation on why this happened. A little flat during the week, a couple guys hurt, but Texas Tech flat out beat us is what most of the players and coaches said. How surprised are you, and how much would you compare it to Bedlam in 01?
Well, I mean, I'm just as stunned because I didn't think there's any way OU could lose either one of these games. When you're a 28-point favorite, you should win. Now, this Tech team is better than that Oklahoma State team, but this is not a great Tech team. This is not a vintage Mike Leach Tech team. This is just a team that is trying to find its footing under Tommy Tuberville, and tonight it did. Seth Doggy, the quarterback, very solid. The defense made plays. This was a good win for the Tommy Tuberville building project.
Yeah, this may get them a bowl game. It was looking like they could go 5-7, 6-6. This should probably put them at 6-6 once they get the other Iowa State win that probably get down the road. And remember now, they did the little things. You mentioned 2 of those. Guess what? Their kicker hit field goals tonight, and that ended up being a difference in the game. Where do you think OU goes from here? I mean, the national title hopes were probably all but gone. But if you run the table, you win the Big 12 because you'd beat OSU in the tiebreaker. You get to go back to a BCS bowl, but they put so much emphasis on winning a national title this year with Lewis coming back, Broyles coming back. How do you think this team will rebound from this emotionally?
Well, I think they'll probably rebound fine. I mean, Bob Stoops' teams generally do come back and play well after defeats. He's won several Big 12 titles after upset losses early in the year, including last season he did it twice. But losing at home is different. It's one thing to go to Columbia, to College Station, and lose in a discouraging way. To lose at home was a very bad signal for this team, and we really hadn't seen it coming because they had been dominant at home. So next Saturday will be a character test at Kansas State. The Wildcats probably ranked ahead of Oklahoma now. So
we all had that about 2 months ago, right? Yeah. Kansas State would be ranked higher when they played in Manhattan.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's going to be a definite character test, and we'll see how these guys respond. Hey, stay tuned for further OU football coverage every day in the Oklahoman and here on News OK.